Hello there, and welcome back to Ears to the East. And specifically, the first in a three-part video that we're doing. We gave ourselves a little challenge related to three of the most popular bands, three bands that we all very much love, BAND-MAID, Lovebites, and of course, BabyMetal. And the idea was that we were going to... Why the Macarena? I do not know.
I don't know, Neon was doing some...
That's not what I expected to happen at that moment. So the idea was, so me and Benedikt did a video the other week about like AI and, talking about AI writing sort of scripts and making pictures and things. And we were having a bit of a laugh. And as always, we're not here to have this serious conversation about AI. We're here to have a little bit of fun. And we decided as a reasonable extension of that, what would happen if the three of us each took it upon ourselves to make AI write, shall we say, a little script or a little story about one of the bands that we really like, and then get it to do the pictures as well. Or in other words, it's time for AI story time, as, shall we say, shepherded by the three of us. So we're going to have three videos come out in quick succession. Benedikt, you had BabyMetal to do a story about. Neon, you had Lovebites. And I had BAND-MAID. So I think it's been decided that I should go first.
Because yours is the fucking longest.
He warned us. You guys should get some popcorn.
I was just like, well, like Benedikt was, when we were talking about this process, Benedikt was like, oh yeah, I'm getting the pictures and everything together. I was like, oh wow, okay, we're going into this properly. So I was like, oh, I'll make a proper full-length story. And I turn up today, it's like, all right, I've numbered my pictures, I've got them ready. And then you guys were like, oh, we got 2 pictures each. It's like, oh shit, I got chapters and everything.
Yeah, he's got 3 fucking chapters. And me and Benedikt were like, we're going to try and keep this short and condensed as much so it fits into a video with all our yapping. Howard's like, no, fuck this, man. I got 3 fucking chapters, 20 fucking pictures. It's like a sequel, a prequel. Merchandise and all sorts.
Every time AI wrote something, I was like, yeah, but you could write more about that. And I got the AI to expand upon it. But I'll be honest, yeah, it's like this channel is already somewhat hampered by me talking all the time. And even in AI form, I won't shut up. So I have my pictures, I have my numbers. I'm about to begin my PowerPoint presentation. The guys have not seen the pictures for the story, so I'll be sending them to them in our group chat while we're doing this. So I'll be able to see the pictures as we go along, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. This story, like I say, completely constructed by AI, as are all the pictures we're about to see, which is why some of it is a little bit apeshit crazy. I just sort of led it down the various paths I wanted it to go down to try and create a story based on the myth, the legend, the wonder that is BAND-MAID, playing on such tropes as Miku being a pigeon, Akane being a gorilla, and the various other things. And then just, going a bit nuts. So, are you guys ready for me to begin?
I mean, I think it would be interesting to know what you actually asked the AI before you start.
Well, I basically I described what BAND-MAID were, but using kind of like the fun fan descriptions. So I described about them being in maid outfits, about Miku basically being a pigeon, about Akane being the gorilla who always likes to eat bananas and play drums. As you can see, because there were so many members of the group, slowly it started to lose track of who was who, and things started to become a bit unraveled. And, basically the non-animal members of the group just became a group of generic maids after a while. So the AI was struggling to keep up. But I thought I'd ask it for a story about, BAND-MAID are big into world domination. So I thought I'd have them save the world. And I asked it for a story where they saved the world. And this is where it went. To me, it's the only real hand I had in this was in giving it the basic lore of what BAND-MAID were. Explaining the characters and then just pushing it to give me more detail in any part of the story.
But that's already a different approach than I did, for example, because I didn't explain to the AI who BabyMetal is. I just said, write something about BabyMetal and let the AI do the job.
So the fact that I waffled at the AI so much is probably why it waffled back.
Even the AI is safe.
All right, well, let's get into this then. I'll send you the first picture across. Everyone at home, you'll see these pictures coming up on screen. There's quite a few of them, so Let's go. Picture number 1 is coming through to you now, and I will begin to read the story. Oh,
But I can open it.
Can you open that picture,
Yeah.
by the way?
Yeah.
All right. So I just. So yeah, a little bit of a.
Okay.
The way that the pictures send is a little bit weird, but okay. So I will begin reading the story. There's so many windows open. So, Tokyo, Japan, the bustling Akihabara district. A group of 5 maids walk down the street, their frilly costumes contrasting with the neon lights and towering electronic stores. These were the members of BAND-MAID, the most popular band in Japan. At the front of the group walked Miku. Picture number 2. There you go. Tell me when you got that open. All right. At the front of the group walked Miku, a pigeon with a guitar slung over her shoulder. She was a bubbly extrovert, always smiling and waving to the fans who lined the street. Next to Miku was Psyche. This one's a little bit different.
That didn't work.
Yeah, that is what I got.
Okay.
This image could not be created.
Yeah.
A fashionable
hating on Psyche so much there.
A fashionable, dark-haired singer with a secret love of trains. She had a voice that could melt hearts, and she always performed with passion and conviction. Following Psyche was Konami. Oh, here we go. Here's Konami. It's quite an interesting direction with Konami here.
I like that. I like the info, like that's like tagged. It looks like proper cinematic. Like it introduces you to the member, and it pops up on screen. Yeah,
it's like something
But
out
like
of
the
Lockstock.
text doesn't make any
I like
sense.
that.
It's like the info dump I wasn't expecting. It says, a shy girl with long flowing hair. She was a songwriting genius, and her melodies were some of the most beautiful in the world. But Konami was also very insecure, and she often hid behind her guitar. That's very sweet. Behind Konami walked Misa. All right, here's Misa. This is just the intro stuff. All right, here's Misa. A tall and slender woman with long black hair and a dark dress. She was a master bass player, and her fingers danced over the strings with effortless grace. Misa was also a bit of a mystery, and she rarely spoke about her past. I really don't know why it threw that in. That sounds really suspicious. It's like making Misa sound really At the back of the group walked Akane. All right, here's Akane.
I just wanted to say about that Miku picture that it looks so much like a Final Fantasy character.
It looks a bit alien to me with the 2 because she's only got 2 fingers.
Oh, Misa.
Really skinny. Misa, yeah.
The Misa, yeah. All right, well, here comes Akane. A gorilla with a drum strapped to her back. She was a powerhouse drummer, and her beats could shake the ground. Akane was also a big foodie, and she was always munching on bananas. The 5 maids stopped in front of a small live music venue. This was their home base, where they played their most intimate shows. All right, ladies, said Miku, time to show the fans what we're made of. Picture number 7.
I'm so glad everybody knows the context between, like, Akane being the gorilla in the fandom, because I tell you what, if you posted that picture on this chat, like, out of context.
But then the first she was carrying the bass, right?
Yeah.
I will admit that Akane is only playing drums in that one picture, as you're about to see with picture number 7. All right, so they're about to play their show, and as you can see, things have changed rather dramatically once again. All right, so the maids took a deep breath and walked into the venue. The crowd erupted in cheers as they took the stage. Ready, Konami? Asked Miku. Konami nodded, and the band launched into their first song. The music was electric, and the crowd went wild. Psyche sang her heart out, her voice soaring through the venue like a bird on the wing. Nice how it did that. Konami's guitar solos soared, and Misa's bass lines thundered like a storm. Akane's drum pounded like a heartbeat, and Miku danced and sang with an infectious energy. The maids played their music with passion and energy, and the crowd was mesmerized. They sang along to every word and danced until they were exhausted. But BAND-MAID wasn't just about the music. They were also about bringing joy to their fans. And on this night, they succeeded beyond their wildest dreams. End of chapter 1. All right. So, are you ready for chapter 2? Yeah.
I am.
It's good. Things are going to take a bit of a turn here. Right, I'm going to send you 2 pictures at once here because I
I
couldn't
also
decide
love
which
how
one of
this, it's just so confusing. Like you have Miku in the back playing the drums, but then you have Miku in the front with just the pigeon head, and then you have an actual pigeon that's singing.
It was really hard to keep the AI on track with what the fuck was going on.
I was about to say, don't start micro-analyzing the freaking AI, otherwise we'll be here all fucking day.
Well, the next 2 pictures might slightly confuse you, but go with it. This is the beginning of chapter 2. I'm going to send these 2 pictures together.
When Howard starts giggling, that's never a good thing.
What the fuck?
All right.
What the fuck?
All right.
Musa Queets.
Chapter 2. And I didn't name these. Okay, the computer named these. One day, a mysterious alien race arrived on Earth. These aliens were tall and slender with large, vacant eyes and a strange obsession with boring music. They called themselves the Musicoids, and they had come to conquer the planet with their bland and monotonous tunes. All right, got to move on to picture
Did
number
you make
9.
that up, or did the AI make that up?
It made this up.
Okay.
I mean, it said about aliens, and I asked it to expand upon the aliens and explain
That's so
more about them.
specific, like aliens.
I just love the really,
about
really
boring
boring
music.
I just really love the boring woolly jumper that comes with the second picture.
The thing is that like when I said about them saving the world, I wanted them to save the world because world domination's the whole thing. So I said in the story I want them to save the world. And I kind of I did say when it was expanding upon it, I would mention about saving from they're exciting and saving people from boredom and stuff. But this is kind of how it interpreted that. Now I gotta say this next picture is one of my favorites. Okay, so enjoy this one. This one's bloody brilliant.
Sounds like a Rick and Morty episode.
All right, so
Make me bored.
Make me bored.
The Musicoids quickly began brainwashing the human population with their music. People everywhere began to lose their individuality and sense of joy. They became docile and obedient slaves to the Musicoids' monotonous melodies.
What's wrong? It's a horror movie.
Yeah, it's really taking a turn here. So now the good guys are going to fight back. All right. So let's get ready with this next picture. This next picture is and as you can see, once again, there's been some slight changes to the band as the story goes on. But fuck it, just
roll with it.
Just roll with it. But BAND-MAID refused to give up. They knew that their music was the only thing that could stand against the Musicoids' brainwashing. They took to the streets and played their music for all to hear. All right. That's picture number 10. Here comes picture number 11.
Dual bass.
I love the fluffy gorilla costume in that one.
I love how she's gone from being a gorilla on the drums to a gorilla on bass, and now she's not even a gorilla. She's just someone wearing a gorilla outfit. It's like she's slowly just morphing into a real person. All right, picture number 11 coming up now. At first, the people were skeptical. They had been so thoroughly brainwashed by the Musicoids that they didn't believe anything else could exist.
I love the aliens so chill at the top of the saucer, just hanging out.
My first thought, that's Howard on the UFO.
That isn't what my head looks like. But as BAND-MAID played, something began to happen. The people's eyes lit up. They started to tap their feet and sing along. BAND-MAID's music was like a breath of fresh air. It was energetic, exciting, and full of life. It woke the people up from their brainwashed stupor and reminded them of what it meant to be human. All right, picture number 12. We're getting there. All right, okay. Picture number 12.
Oh my God! Don't zoom in on the faces.
No, they're creepy. So Number 12. The musicoids were furious. They tried to stop BAND-MAID by attacking them with their sonic weapons, but the maids were too powerful. Their music created a protective barrier that deflected the musicoids' attacks. The musicoids realized that they couldn't defeat BAND-MAID. They had to retreat and regroup, but they vowed to return one day and finish what they had started.
Why are the musicoids all ripped, by the way? Like, why is the AI really highlighting the six-packs of every freaking...
You know what?
Why are they like Arnold Schwarzenegger, just absolutely ripped and shredded to fuck?
I picked that picture because out of all of the pictures of them that it suggested, that was the least ripped one, the least creepily ripped one of all of them. All the others, they looked really jacked up, and I was like, excuse me, we'd already established they're skinny, boring-looking people.
What did you put in the AI? Ripped, shredded aliens.
Well, the original pictures of them looking like skinny people was what I kind of expected, but then slowly the AI made them more ripped, but it kept the cardigans, which I thought was an interesting choice.
Fucking aliens know how to do cardio with their boring music. Jesus.
All right, on to picture number 13. And as you can see here, Akane has finally been rehabilitated. She's back on the drums. In the meantime, BAND-MAID continued to spread their music throughout the world. They became symbols of hope and resistance against the musicoids. And wherever they went, people were drawn to their vibrant and energetic music. All right, now number 14. I mean, picture 14. Okay, unfortunately, because Akane had been rehabilitated for some reason in this picture, she has been replaced. So she came full circle and got replaced. Thanks to BAND-MAID, the world was saved from the brainwashing musicoids, and the maids themselves became legends, known for their courageous stand against tyranny and their unwavering devotion to their music. All right, now, I should point out that now we've got to the end of that bit. The third chapter is, and I shit you not, it decided to write an epilogue. So,
okay.
Here is the epilogue. I can't explain the picture. They're just now like one of the members of the band is assumedly being just killed. I don't know what's going on here. You can roll with this picture as much as you like. Okay, epilogue. Years after the musicoid threat was vanquished, BAND-MAID continued to perform their work, perform and tour the world. Their music was more popular than ever, and they had become one of the most beloved bands on the planet. But the maids never forgot their humble beginnings. They still loved to dress up as maids and perform in Akihabara, where they had first started out, and they never forgot their mission to use their music to spread joy and happiness to the world.
I think this is a trap. The musicoid with the bassist has all got their attention, but there's one right behind rocking a shotgun there that's about to just blow them in smithereens.
I do feel that there is something a little bit sus going on. It's like, yeah, play with our friend over there. Yeah, just turn your back on Bob. Yeah, but no, Bob's cool. Bob's cool. He's good. He's good. Yeah, he likes bass lines. You don't worry about Bob.
No one just ignore the alien wielding your freaking harpshorn. Jesus Christ.
So that is the story of Miku and BAND-MAID. I don't know about you, but I thought that was, thank you. I thought that was beautiful literature. Yeah, truly wonderful. And yeah, every time it expanded upon anything, I just poked it to do more and more, which I wanted to let it expand. Yeah, it started with a very short story. I was like, this isn't good enough. And I pushed it, and it would appear that I pushed it too much, but I thought that was kind of cool. I do agree that last picture is somewhat sus. Why are the musicoids back and what's going on there? It's a very sus final picture. But and you know, the fact that when they finally took over the world, for some reason, Akane had been replaced by just another random maid. It's like, I even actually said at that point when it showed that picture, I was like, oh no, you forgot about Akane. And then it just did the same thing again. I was like, oh, the AI has a plan. So yeah.
The musicoid's already got a cannon.
Maybe she was a musicoid all along. So what did you guys think of my story?
the first thing I'm thinking is like how like undercooked mine is in comparison. That's my fault. I'm like, shit, I need to go and put in some more fucking effort.
Yeah, mine is like the preview text to a story like yours.
I think I was just like frightened when I saw how good, like, because I hadn't seen anything of Neon's, and now I've seen like the pictures from his, because you guys posted yours already. He looks really good, and I'd already seen like Benedikt, so I was like, oh my god, these look really good. So I need to like, and I was looking at mine, I was like, there isn't enough to this, so I decided to push it for more detail.
We have to be fair. We said we do something text based.
Well, don't tell me that I was missing on text. I got plenty of text.
True.
Don't act like I didn't bring text.
This is Howard's tactics to a T here. He tells us something, makes us put in minimal effort, goes overboard, and makes us look bad.
So,
well, yeah, I'm impressed. I mean, like by the villains of your story.
The
I mean, I wouldn't come up with that shit. Like,
yeah, the musicoids. Like,
yeah, musicoids that love boring music and wear like these old sweaters.
Well, where I think it got musicoids from, it actually spells it M-U-S-A-K. So I think it thought boring music, musak. So it went musacoids. So I think it was actually going for musak, you know, like elevator music. They called musak. So I think that's where it got the name from. And then just oid is a very alien or something oids. So it came up with musicoids. The minute it wrote that, I was like, yeah, okay, remember that character. That character's got to be in there. I was like, all right, tell me more about musicoids. I was like, remember, they're really boring. And then, and so I was like, I want you to expand upon the boredom. And next thing I know, they're wearing cardigans. I'm like, yeah, keep the cardigan.
I noticed they're all naked though by the time like the epilogue comes around.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like the AI like started off really strong, but then like Akane slowly stopped being a gorilla, became a human bass player in a gorilla outfit, then just got wiped out entirely from the group, and then suddenly all the aliens were becoming ripped. I was like, don't do that. So instead it just made them naked. And like, dude, AI is fucking sus.
I love picture 9, I have to say, because imagine they like these aliens come and rule the world, and then they release this album, boring music.
Boring music. Yeah.
No, look,
this is the album cover.
See, that one's really cool, because I wanted it to do one for that, and I kind of said with that one, I said make it look like one of those sort of old UFO movies. When I said so, like each one, I gave it the thing, and then I told it, you know, okay, do this, but tried to give it the context. With that one, I was like, make it look like an old UFO movie. And I couldn't believe when it showed that, I was like, that is brilliant. It's just so perfect. Make he bored, boring music. It's so good. That one is so good. Oh man. And we were discussing before.
Sorry, I was gonna say the premise for this one, obviously with like Miku and Akane and stuff, like kind of reminds me of the Hollywood flick me and you did for that video a while back.
Yeah. Well, originally I was going to ask it to do a story about how the band came together, like as a counter for what we did before. But then I was like, what we did before was actually really fun. I was like, probably it wouldn't be as good as our video. Our video was really good. I really enjoyed that one. That was really fun.
The musicoids, though, I love that. That's my favorite part.
So this was kind of set up almost like a sequel. In fact, that's the way I should have promoted it. This is the sequel to the script that you and I wrote in the last video. This is part 2. This is yeah, like BAND-MAID 2, Revenge of the Musicoids. Yeah, I feel like, well, this thing we got to work on a third part. We got to conclude the trilogy at some point, because this is just so far this is just way too
yeah, the only people that could beat BAND-MAID is BAND-MAID themselves. Therefore, they need like evil doppelgangers.
Are you telling me that we should step into the multiverse?
No, not the multiverse. That's boring, right?
No. Let's be honest. No one's done that before. That's ripe territory. No one's even.
I was thinking like evil clones or something. Not multiverse. No. It's been overdone.
Oh my god! Yeah, we should have some evil clones of BAND-MAID. That would be good. Yeah. Instead of a pigeon,
there's an evil
dove.
scientist musicoid that wants revenge and clones them secretly, but makes them evil.
We should do this. We should do part 3. I'm gonna program part 3 is what happens when the alien. I'm gonna just feed it its own story back to it and say, write a sequel where the musicoids clone their own version, evil version of BAND-MAID to fight back. I'm gonna ask it to write a sequel. So
We'd like to see that sequel. Let us know in the comments down below.
I'm going to do a poll. Would you like to see a sequel to this? And just everyone's going, no, God, no. One was enough. And that is exactly why you're getting a sequel. Genuine thoughts. Was this better or worse than you expected?
The story itself, I think, was a lot better.
Do you think the average BAND-MAID fan, if they didn't know what they were watching and went into this, would understand what was going on?
Yeah, but, I mean, you explained it at the beginning, so I think you should.
Yeah, fairly true. Fairly true. I
enjoyed this. I think this was fun.
Yeah, I was really I was giggling hysterically when I was reading it. Like every time I said, "Oh, expand on this bit," and it wrote a bit, I was like, that is just.
I mean, just imagine they would create like a movie or an anime about a band, like a BAND-MAID. You would absolutely watch it, no matter the story.
That's kind of true, actually. You'd just be kind of fascinated to see how the interpretation went. And this interpretation was truly glorious. I do agree that the jacked musicoids is a little bit scary. Running away. I noticed actually when they become jacked, they also have dad genes on. Have you noticed that? They suddenly get dad genes when they're jacked.
They all got dad genes and Converse. Like I can never wear Converse again now. I have to see it now.
Oh shit, they're looking more and more like me. Oh god. Except for the jacked bit. They need the skinny bit back. The beard belly will get them more like me. But yeah, they got my fashion sense. Beautiful. Well, I personally, I like I said, when I read this, I was just kind of like giggling throughout the whole thing. I really loved it. It really struggled with Misa, because Misa, only in the image where I described her on her own, that was the only time when she came up, was when it just sort of drew the picture of Misa in the black dress. Every time I tried to have her involved in the group, I reminded it of her, and it just every single time it did not include Misa in any of the pictures. It was just like 3 maids, a gorilla, and a pigeon. So I think
picture number 14 is kind of the most accurate, except that Miku is a pigeon.
No, that is the most accurate.
Misa is kind of, I think she's playing a guitar, but yeah, I think other than that, you can kind of recognize them.
It's not too horrifically far off, is it? It's like, yeah, you can tell what band that is at least. I think
that was the worst issue I had with like trying to get the AI to do man, which is the only reason why I did 2. I did like so many, but there was like so many I wasn't happy with, so I just settled on the 2 pictures in the end.
Well, that's what we're going to be checking out next. So, I mean, I'm really looking forward to seeing what everyone's opinions were on this. I should also point out, picture 13 is like done in a really creepy 3D style, especially like 3D Akane. Just looks really creepy. But yeah, I like the fact the picture styles between each image are totally different as well. Yeah, it's absolutely insane.
Really reminds me of like Tifa in Final Fantasy Advent Children. It's an animated movie.
Yeah,
looks exactly like that style.
Really? Okay, that I need some comments on that as well. So people are gonna have to let me know what they think about that side as well. If you recognize any of the sources that were used for any of the artwork in this, please do let us know. Psyche came out looking particularly brilliant with her picture. No images could be created. She's just too wonderful to be created by AI. Truly an amazing lady. And I guess we'll unless there's any other comments, I think we'll leave it at that and let the people at home decide what they think of this particular story.
We should put this as a poll, like who their favorite AI story is at the end, and we'll put it on the channel so you can all vote.
I think which story did you most want to just end? I'm actually really, I thought this was a lot of fun. Like I say, all things aside, this was just a bit of a giggle to see what random sources it came up with, how far it would take it when pushed more, to give more detail. And I thought this was really fun. I always think it's nice for, like, if you just like a band, just playing around and seeing what random things come from it. But yep, get in the comments, tell us what you think. And remember, this is a 3-parter. So the next one are we going to be looking at Neon's one next, or are we going to be looking at Benedikt's one next? Are we going to do Benedikt with BabyMetal or Neon with Lovebites, which is the second episode in this, which will be for you at home, will be coming out tomorrow, because we're going to drop these one after the other over 3 days.
Benedikt's next, I think. I think BabyMetal will be the one. I think most people will, most be happy for, I think.
Ah, right. Remember that, Lovebites fans. You've been put last because apparently people will not be as happy.
Well, in comparison to this story, I'm not sure.
All right, everyone. So we'll see you tomorrow for part 2, which is going to be. I've already seen the pictures. This looks like some crazy shit. It might be
pictures.
The 2 pictures, but you have got to see these pictures. These are insane.
Don't overhype the people.
Well, I don't have a story yet, but I've seen the pictures. Anyway, we will see you tomorrow for the next part of this little AI trio of episodes. And until we do, remember to keep your ears to the east.